Divas shoot them all on the walk. What? The United Healthcare CEO. What is that? Yo, what's going on, Bean? Welcome into the arena, buddy. Okay, let me see here. What? Wait, what? What happened? What happened to this guy? All right, what is this? So what happened to this guy? This guy got double pumped? Like, you guys are fucked, okay? Really? That's somebody's kids, okay? Jimmy? What is this?
Oh my fucking god, chat. Oh my fucking god, chat. It's Luigi Mario going.
To disown you. Wait, oh my god. What is this? Guys, they made the connection. Okay. Really? Send them to the Discord. As many as you can. Dude, no freaking way. I knew it was you? Dude, I look a lot like this Luigi guy.
Luigi Maggioni was using the intervention.
Dude, what are you saying? Jimmy, cut the salami. I'll worry about the cilantro. Why are you sending me this video? What is this?
Here is everything we know about Luigi Mangione. He is 26 years old.
Wait, this guy's a stud. Why would he throw his life away from this? Apparently, he took his mask down to flirt with a lady. I mean, come on. Okay, I don't know anything.
Comes from a wealthy family who own and operate luxury resorts and country clubs, and went to an elite all-boys private school where he was the top of his class. After graduating, a valedictorian, which for non-Americans is the best performing student in a graduating class, he went on to an
This guy's doing nasty. Can we stop TikTok? Can I just pause the video without this happening? My
Ivy League college. Again, non-Americans. It's basically a prestigious and highly selective college. He holds both a bachelor's and master's degree in computer science. His Twitter, which started yesterday at only a couple of hundred followers, now has over 300,000. He retweeted a lot about...
Dude, this reminds me of that one guy that got arrested or whatever, and his mugshot went viral. And, like, people started following his ass because he was a good-looking guy. Like, Luigi's just, like, a perfect guy. It's weird. It is a weird thing that he was just, like, the perfect guy. Like, why would he do something like this?
Anxiety and depression. However, in court, he told the judge that he didn't have any mental health issues. He reads a lot and has around...
Is that the guy with those blueberry blue eyes that stared right into the camera and you just want to pick him and eat him? If you're talking about that guy, yes. That guy, he's beautiful.
295 books listed on his Goodreads account. In one long review he wrote on the book Industrial Society and Its Future, he said, "These companies don't care about you, your kids, or your grandkids. They have zero qualms about burning down the planet for a buck. So why should we have any qualms about burning down them to survive? Violence never sold anything" is a statement uttered by cowards and predators. A few people claiming Twitter banner of someone who has had major back surgery is his. There is a freaking meme coin called Luigi that's being created, and it's already hit over $24 million in market cap.
Are you kidding me? We could have gotten rich.
Phrase, "But mama, I'm in love with a criminal" is trending on Twitter alongside with pictures of Luigi. And police say that this killer is no hero. They say the real hero in this story is the person who called 911 in McDonald's and led to his arrest. And if you really want to know
what a fucking snitch. That's the rule number one, guys. You never talk to police.
Everything that we know about Luigi, that video will be posted on my YouTube in a couple of hours. I'll see you there.
What a fucking stitch, really. I think this guy just went fucking nuts. Am I crazy? Like, dude, after watching this shit, like, it just sounds like he's going crazy. Just gonna give it a buck. This guy, I think he was just a really good genius. You know what I mean? He was genius. Everything was planned out. He, in one of his manifestos, he said he did shrooms or some shit. Maybe he did some shrooms and took too many and got addicted to them or some shit. And just went on this tangent. It just went fucking crazy. Luigi Jeremy Meeks prison collab will do wonders for real.
Meeks prison collab will do wonders.
Oh, 100%. It would. 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. Luigi brought the boom to the United States healthcare.
Learning more about the man police are calling a strong person of interest in the shooting that left the UnitedHealthcare CEO dead. This suspect is an engineer with an Ivy League education.
Police arrested him at a fast food restaurant in Pennsylvania this morning. And within just the last several hours, he faced a judge. We have live team coverage of the latest developments. We want to start with Fox 9's Mike Manzoni. Mike, the man arrested faces several charges tonight.
Randy and Kelsey, he faces gun forgery and other charges, but prosecutors in New York have not charged him with the CEO's...
This was in New York? Wait, where? New York City, though, right? No way.
Killing. This all started when a McDonald's worker thought he resembled the suspect in surveillance photos and
that McDonald's really
called 911. That was this morning when police confronted him. They say he started shaking.
He was initially cooperative. He is not now.
5 days into the multi-state manhunt for the suspect who police say shot and killed UnitedHealth CEO Brian.
Damn, that Simpsons recreation of the video was awfully real looking, wasn't it, boys? But that was crazy that the graphics have gotten so good.
Brian Thompson on a Manhattan sidewalk. Investigators have someone in handcuffs.
Yeah, 3D printed the blick, dude. That's genius, though. Like, people were saying like that's what people were worried about when I remember when 3D printers first came out. People were worried for that reason that they could just print out guns in this. You know what I mean?
He has been identified as Luigi Nicholas Mangione. He's a male, 26 years old. He was born and raised in Maryland.
Police are calling Mangione.
Dude, he almost got away with it. He actually could have gotten away with it. All right, good night, Mr. James. Good night, Ben. Dude, he almost got away with it. This is Suns. If the Suns are 3D printed, it would have to be like a 22 or something. The socks would have to like exploded, or the socks would have like exploded. Oh, okay. I don't really know what that means, to be honest, buddy. But yeah, that's still insane though, because he could have gotten away with it if he was oh, the silencer would have exploded. Yeah, honestly, he could have gotten away with it if he didn't pull his mask down. Somebody said also that he should have just shaved his eyebrows off completely. Shave off the eyebrows. You know what I mean? Wear the mask or wear sunglasses. Yeah, he really could have gotten away with this shit. Because that's insane. Because you can't track that gun, though. Because there's no serial number on a gun that's been 3D printed, obviously. So...
Mangione, a strong person of interest. They brought him into a courthouse in shackles Monday night, hours after an employee spotted him at a McDonald's in central Pennsylvania and called 911. Police found him with an untraceable homemade gun and a silencer similar to the ones used in the shooting, as well as a fake New Jersey ID that matched the one the suspect used to check into a Manhattan hostel. The arrest happened more than 270 miles away in Altoona, Pennsylvania, just after 9 o'clock Monday morning. According to his LinkedIn page, Mangione earned engineering degrees from the University of Pennsylvania, works for the car pricing website TrueCar.
I think he just went crazy. There's no way he didn't just go crazy.
2016.
That's Mangione at his prep school graduation, where he spoke as valedictorian for the first
on behalf of the Gilman class of 2016.
That's Mangione at his prep school graduation, where he spoke as valedictorian for the first time since
he's a genius too.
The shooting. Investigators hinted at a possible motive, saying they found the 26-year-old with a handwritten note criticizing the health insurance industry.
And we're going to take a closer look at all of the...
Damn. Somebody said it's escape all along. Who said that? What if it was escape all along? Like, dude, you guys are so stupid. It looks pretty cool. I thought it was a Nazi hat for whatever reason. I don't know why. I've been watching too much Quentin Tarantino, buddy. But, yeah, it looks pretty cool. But, yeah, we thought you were a full-on Nazi, man. I was getting a little scared. I was like, did I just mod a Nazi? But, I think we just got saved, boys. We just got saved, for sure. Okay. Let me see. Anyways, let's get back into the link real quick. That's a very cool present. How'd they get it, though? Did they find
around
it? Where'd they find it? Do you know? You know where your sister found it?
4:44 a.m. local time on December 4th in New York City. Local authorities receive a call. Gunshots fired outside the Hilton Hotel in Midtown.
Homemade soup? Ooh.
Got a male shot outside of the hotel. No prep description at this time.
The CEO of one of the biggest health insurers in the country was just gunned down in the middle of Manhattan in what would later be identified as a target.
Dude, imagine he was on some Kill Bill shit and that, dude, he really could have. If he didn't, he's probably upset because he didn't get to fulfill his plan. Like, imagine if he was like on some Kill Bill shit and had like a list of all the biggest insurance CEOs and was gonna try killing all these motherfuckers. Dude, that would be crazy. Dude, that would have been the craziest shit in history, where all the CEOs just start going down the list. Oh my goodness. You fucking words on the shells too. They sell. They say it at the end. Oh shit.
Hit.
This is the craziest thing we've seen. This is like a real life drama film.
At large, but here's what we know so far about the suspect's movement before and after the killing. It's December 4th, around 5 a.m. local time, nearly 2 hours before the shooting, and the suspect is seen outside this hostel on West 103rd Street on the Upper West Side, according to surveillance footage reviewed by local authorities. Police later released these images of the suspect, whom authorities believe is seen flirting with a desk clerk in the hostel lobbies days before the shooting.
What a G. Okay, I'm sorry, but what a G. Okay.
6:15 a.m. In this surveillance footage, police sources tell ABC News an individual who appears to be the suspect.
I like how this guy's the anti-hero. Like, he's actually he's like the biggest anti-hero. Like, everybody's like, dude, this guy's awesome. But really, he just fucking killed some guy.
Seen leaving a subway
That's
station
fucked. I'm
just
sorry.
3 blocks away from where the crime would unfold moments later. These surveillance photos show the suspect at a Starbucks sometime before the shooting. His face is partially covered. The exact time of this sighting has not yet been confirmed. 6:29 a.m. A person who appears to be the suspect walks past a parking lot on West 54th Street, just 50 meters away from the site of the shooting. 6:44 a.m. The victim, 50-year-old Brian Thompson, the CEO of
How do you know he's gonna be here though? How? That's insane.
UnitedHealth is.
It's hard to find a single person where they are. They must know his work schedule or some shit.
Walking towards the Hilton Hotel.
All right, boys, back into the video. Let's go.
Investors conference is set to take place. The masked gunman.
Dude, I'm worried that I'm gonna ban from showing this goddamn video, buddy. Okay, this is a video Juego, by the way, boys, so no need to worry.
Comes up behind Thompson and shoots him in the back. Nearby witnesses would later describe the suspect as holding a gun with a silencer. Surveillance footage shows the gunman continuing to shoot Thompson as he walked towards him, stopping to clear a gun jam before
he was
firing
moving
again.
like Vaughn.
Police
I'm not gonna lie. He was moving like Vaughn.
Foot and then got on an electric bike heading north towards Central Park. 6:48 a.m. Officers arrive and find Thompson on the sidewalk with gunshot wounds to the leg and back.
That looks just like the footage.
He's taken to a hospital where he would later be pronounced dead. Police called the killing brazen target.
That's the thing. I don't know about this guy. Like, it's kind of sad that this guy got his whole life taken. Just, you know what I mean? Old Block would love him.
And premeditated.
I mean, he could probably supply all the weaponry, all the arsenal.
Old Block would love
The shooter appears to be a light.
He 3D printed that gun.
He's wearing a light brown or cream colored jacket. The shooter appears to be a light-skinned male. He's wearing a light brown or cream colored jacket, a black face mask, black and white sneakers, and a very distinctive gray backpack.
Just before 7 a.m., a person who appears to be the suspect is seen on the Upper West Side riding a bike. He's heading west, away from Central Park. He appears to no longer be carrying a backpack. Police say they're closing in on releasing the name of the suspect,
has anybody here been in New York
large.
City?
The bullet casings found at the scene had the words "deny, defend, and depose" written on them.
Yeah.
The motive for the deadly attack still remains unknown, police sources tell ABC News. A $10,000 reward is being offered for information regarding the suspect.
Yo, he was on my he was in my chat one day. $10,000 easy. Somebody make an account with his name, and then I can maybe make 10,000 boys, and I'll put like $500. I'll do 100 gifted. I'll do 100 gifted for you guys. Don't worry, you guys won't have to watch ads.
The person that turned in Luigi Mangione is getting the wildest karma right now. So at this point, you all probably. Luigi Mangione
it's so
was
quiet.
turned in by a McDonald's employee. You also all probably know that there was a pretty substantial reward for turning Luigi in. And this
Oh, what a prick. He sold out. Dude, who's this kid? Get it off.
Trump was just questioned about the TikTok
Get off of my
I'm
screen.
a little
Yeah, off of my screen, kid.
Going after that reward, but their claim has been denied. This is due to the fact that if you wanted to qualify for the reward, you had to call into the tip line, but the employee ended up calling 911 and not the tip line, which means they get nothing.
Oh my
the
God.
Does not stop there, because the employee turning Luigi in has caused the reviews of the McDonald's this happened at to absolutely tank. It is currently a 1-star reviewed restaurant now. And people have also found out the employee that gave the tip's name and started sharing it online, which means that on top of everything else that's happened, the employee will also probably be losing their job because of this, due to the fact that people are very, very upset with them, and that McDonald's is now no longer a safe place for them to work. Personally, I don't blame the employee. They probably just saw the cash reward and thought, oh, I can really use the money, and didn't think of anything else.
How much was it? How much was the cash reward?
Tells me that absolutely nothing in this situation ended up working out for them.
$60K. That is a juicy salary. Oh my god. I don't even blame the guy for that reason, actually. $60K? Dude, what? He sold out for the bag. Dude, I don't know if I... Oh my god. Not my throat.
UnitedHealthcare...
What's the snip?
Likes UnitedHealthcare's Facebook post about Slade's CEO flooded with haha reactions. Dude, it's not even close. 41.8K to 2.2K likes.
Oh my god.
Healthcare's Facebook post about Slade.
That's the thing, bro. Like, he is the anti-hero. Maybe he's a hero. He might not even be an anti-hero. He's probably a hero, dude. Well, I mean, you gotta think about it. Like, everybody, I think almost everyone can agree that the shit is fucked, okay? So, I mean, maybe he is, you know what I mean? I don't know. That just seems kind of crazy, though, at the end of the day, boys. I mean, that could have been a guy that had a family, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, the guy he killed could have had a family. I mean, I'm just saying, boys. You gotta think about it like that. Okay.
The CEO of UnitedHealthcare, the biggest health insurer in the US, was fatally shot just a matter of days ago. And it goes without saying that you probably shouldn't go around shooting people. But if there's one thing that's interesting about it, is the way that it's brought people together.
Does this guy got fancy water or is this wine? What the hell is this? What is he opening?
Go around shooting people. But if there's one thing that's interesting about it, is the way that it's brought people together. Because people have responded in an interesting manner. I want to give you some context as to why people feel this way about UnitedHealthcare. Because this reaction...
Is this guy just getting fucking, like, sloshed on video? What's happening here? Is he pouring himself some wine or some champagne? He's gonna get cocked before this video.
Has like
I guess. Why not? I've only watched you and try to watch Kai see that. Yeah, Kai see that. 8 ads like every 12 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, just, you know, that's the whole nother thing here. You know what I mean?
Barriers. Political, social, whatever.
But Paulie, if you're on PC, you should look into getting an ad blocker for Twitch though. Yo, Derp, what the hell's going on, buddy?
And it's caused other insurers to respond as well. For example, Blue Cross, which is another one of the biggest insurers in the US, within a day of this happening, reversed a change to their anesthesia coverage, which would have put time limits on how long a patient could have received anesthetics while in hospital. For many, many years now, reporters have written at length about...
Okay, I'm trying to see what that beverage is under his desk, though, or under his camera. Is he just getting cocked before watching this shit or explaining all this? Like, that's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how the hell he could do that.
The practices that UnitedHealthcare carries out. And it's not just the unwell or the medical staff that are being screwed over, but the everyday regular citizen. And, you know, however you feel about it, anything that brings people together is interesting to me. And I want to help you maybe understand some of the context behind UnitedHealthcare. Because more than 26,000 Americans die each year because of the lack of health insurance. Yeah. More than twice as many as were murdered.
Wait, is this guy's not from the United States, is he? He has an accent.
And that alone can give you at least a starting point, right?
Yo, Dirk, you said in your
recap? UnitedHealthcare is the 8th biggest company in the world by revenues. And infamously, they say that, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. Except I don't think anyone...
Wait, that's crazy! Walmart sells more than Amazon? What the hell?
UnitedHealthcare is the 8th biggest company in the world by revenues. And infamously, they say that, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. Except I don't think anyone told United, because on average, 16% of insurance claims are rejected in the healthcare space. For UnitedHealthcare, it's 32%, meaning that around 1 in 3 paying customers has their claim rejected. Given that the insurance industry rejects claims at such a high rate, you would expect some of those savings to maybe have been passed on to the consumer. And so I decided to check, how have insurance deductibles and premiums changed over time
I
relative
had to use
to wages
insurance
and
when I hit the
inflation
deer,
more
guys,
broadly?
with my car.
And the answer was not well. Between 2010 and 2020...
When I rolled his ass with my car, dude. I destroyed that deer. And the insurance covered it, dude. Shout out to car insurance. At least they didn't fuck me over
Patrick
there.
named one thing that's massive.
The cost
my ego
of deductibles has more than doubled. And the cost of family premiums, the monthly payments, increased by over 55%. And today, low-income families spend close to a third of their income on health insurance premiums.
Oh my god.
It's not...
Dude, if you're poor, you're gonna stay poor, motherfucker. Dude, that's insane.
good. Just showing you numbers doesn't really capture the full picture, because sometimes it can be easy to...
I'm just trying to act like I even understand this shit, guys. So, yeah, just bear with me here.
To get lost in the numbers and to understand how this actually translates into human impact. And ProPublica just last month published an amazing article about UnitedHealthcare's playbook when it comes to mental health coverage. And this will really help you understand how all of these
where's
numbers
this guy from?
actually translated into
drinking?
human impact over the years. UnitedHealth Group, the parent company, has seen their revenue grow by over 47
Yo, guys, I'm
billion
getting a low taper fade tomorrow. I'm sorry for keep pausing this video, guys. I know.
in the
I'm
space of
sorry.
a
I'm
year.
such a
And
prick.
to achieve such massive growth in an industry like healthcare, you need to rely on the same
UK.
playbook that other industries have relied on, which is optimization through technology. UnitedHealthcare implements an algorithm called ALERT, Algorithms for Effective Report and Treatment, to determine whether or not a person undergoing mental health treatment has had too much therapy. If a therapist passes an arbitrary threshold, they get contacted by what's called a care advocate, who will call them and grill them for providing too much care to their patients. The official term for this is the risk of overutilization of routine outpatient services.
So they don't want them to use it infinitely, boys.
What this looks like in practice is pretty crazy, I think. I want to give you a testimony from a patient who had their claim for mental health treatment denied. She says that 2 years ago, my therapist was denied payment for 7 of my mental health sessions she provided. I tried to pay her even though I'm on a limited income, and she wouldn't take the money. If my provider, in her professional opinion, believed I needed those therapy sessions, who is UnitedHealth to deny coverage? And if you
I'm gonna be honest, I stopped listening when he said coverage. Yeah, have you guys ever had too much therapy? I've never had therapy in my life.
I've
only had counseling. Is that the same thing?
30 sessions in 8 months. This was the threshold for initial flagging, which if you fancy yourself as a mathematician is like a bit less than once a week. And, this might sound like an uncharitable description, right? Like they were hunting down people for having too much therapy. But it got to the point in New York where the Attorney General actually sued them for it. And they just recently settled for $13 million.
Because that $13 million won't hurt them. Let's keep it a buck. Oh, these guys are pricks.
These $13 million covered around 34,000 therapy sessions that were missed. And I would just ask you to speculate on what you think the cumulative mental health impact of 34,000 missed therapy sessions would be, because it's not good. And this algorithm remains in place today in the vast majority of the
I watched
US.
that guy.
The algorithms that UnitedHealth...
Yo, what's going on, Snog? Welcome into the arena, buddy.
...have implemented over recent years are officially
said
to
Asian Buddy
be
watch
suggestions,
party,
but leaked messages from whistleblowers have implied that workers are being told to stick within 1% of the algorithm's recommendation. The AI that's used to evaluate these claims is notoriously faulty, and they're currently undergoing a lawsuit which claims that it has a 90% error rate, meaning that 90% of the claims that were rejected could be later overturned with an appeal. However, it's unreasonable to expect someone to appeal when they are unwell. It's one of a number of pieces of evidence.
Dude, honestly, right, I can't even wrap my head around this shit right now, boys. Can somebody explain to me what the hell this guy's saying? He talks too smart. I know this guy's talking like all this crazy. I can't even keep up with this shit. Let's speed it up even faster so we know what he's saying. I'm just kidding. I don't know if I'm dumb or honestly,
evidence that the number one priority was not necessarily providing effective healthcare, unsurprisingly, actually. However, even if you're not medical staff or you're not a patient and you're just a healthy American adult,
they use AI to
you're actually
approve
still
shit.
getting screwed over by them, because UnitedHealth specifically exploits the
time,
Medicare Advantage plan. Medicare Advantage is a healthcare plan that represents a public-private partnership. People get insurance with a private company, and the company is later refunded by the government. It allows health insurers, which have experience and have vast networks in the
UnitedHealthcare
space, to use that, and it allows the government to not necessarily bear the cost of all the infrastructure that they need to provide medical services.
Healthcare.
And if we understand how it works, you realize that it's not necessarily as good of an idea as it might seem at first. There are some statistics that kind of like live rent-free in my head. Specifically,
you know this guy's smart when he genuinely gets excited about telling other people smart information shit.
Of all the infrastructure that
look at this, he's getting in his seat, dude. Like, I wish I was as excited about streaming.
Provide medical services. And if you understand how it works, you realize that it's not necessarily
maybe I do the wrong thing.
As good of an idea as it might seem at first. There are some statistics that kind of like live rent-free in my head, specifically one about healthcare spending per person. Because the US notably spends way more than any other comparable country. The UK, which has completely free at the point of service health care system, spends less than half the amount per person on healthcare. And this was a number that just never really added up in my head. I didn't understand how the US was able to spend this much money.
So this motherfucker's so smart that alcohol makes him smarter. You know that's dangerous, dude. That's like some evil villain shit in a DC or like Marvel movie. Like where they're drinking wine and shit and they're getting caught and they're still like creating all these calculations down on this. Like, that shit is crazy, man.
And understanding the Medicare Advantage plan,
I wish I was that smart. That's actually like a cool level of smart.
Figure a bit more to us. You see, Medicare Advantage works by giving an insurer a fixed amount of money for a healthy person. And that amount of money varies depending on how sick the patient is. So, for example, they may get an extra $2,300 if the person is morbidly obese, an extra $2,000 for seizures, an extra $1,200 for...
okay. Yeah. I've heard of this a lot, actually. Because some old guy was talking to me about this shit. Because obviously, I'm on my parents' healthcare, so I don't need to deal with this shit. But apparently, he actually has to go in and get checked like every 6 months or whatever by his doctor to get blood work done, his weight and pulse and all this shit done. Like the normal shit, right? Blood pressure. And as long as he stays healthy, he actually gets deductions off of his healthcare. Whatever, his premiums or whatever. He has to pay less. And he gets money back or some shit like that. So I've seen this before. I kind of get what he's saying.
For chest pain, because the logic is that it would incentivize doctors to fully diagnose patients and to not miss any corners with these Medicare Advantage patients. It's also worth noting that not every extra diagnosis leads to an extra payment. So for example, cataracts are paid out, but only if you contract them due to diabetes. Except there's always a loophole, right? Because UnitedHealthcare wasn't happy with the payouts that they were receiving. And the Wall Street Journal wrote about a number of cases where UnitedHealthcare would actually try and offer people extra money to get more diagnoses out of them. If they felt that the patient's doctor hadn't provided enough diagnoses for the patient to be worth it, they would call the patient and ask if they could send a nurse out to give them a checkup. They would even offer a $50 gift card to encourage them to get this visit by a United nurse. This is completely separate from their actual medical center that they might visit on the regular.
$50 gift card.
This led to the person mentioned in this article, Gloria, being diagnosed with a condition that she didn't actually have. A condition that led to UnitedHealthcare
what am I missing here, Withered?
$3,000 and led to her receiving a diagnosis for something that she didn't suffer from. And this isn't just an isolated case. If we look at the number of patients diagnosed with cataracts that were part of UnitedHealth, they actually diagnosed at a rate 15 times higher than traditional Medicare. And the vast majority of these diagnoses are not done by the patient's doctor.
Because we're up in chat. Oh, shit.
For the patient to be worth it, they
would
call the patient
so hard
and ask
today,
if they
boys.
could send a nurse
can we go a Hearts and chat for Withered?
Give them a checkup. They would even offer a $50 gift card to encourage them to
so
get
you say
this
$50?
visit
I want
by
a $50
United
gift card.
nurse.
What the hell?
This is completely separate from their actual medical center that they might visit on the regular. And this led to the person mentioned in this article, Gloria, being diagnosed with a condition that she didn't actually have.
Oh, she didn't have diabetes. They told her ass she had diabetes because this shit's not covered if you have diabetes caused by if you have cataracts caused by diabetes, but she just had cataracts, no diabetes, but they loopholed that shit so that she's like, oh, you actually have diabetes, bitch. And then I get it now, boys. I get it now. I get it. Escape, you bastard. No, I get it, right? Is that right? They made her they diagnosed her with diabetes so then they didn't have to pay for that shit, right? Diabetes. Yeah, it would have extra money for it to get more. Oh, United Healthcare would offer extra money to get more diagnosis out of them, is what he said. Oh, okay, so completely wrong. So, if they had diabetes, and so the diagnosis of diabetes with cataracts would give them extra money. Okay.
A condition that led to
the hospitals, though, right?
Healthcare getting an extra $3,000 and led to her receiving a diagnosis.
Oh no, United Healthcare would get more money, dude. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
Something that she didn't suffer from. And this isn't just an isolated case. If we look at the number of patients diagnosed with cataracts that were part of UnitedHealth, they actually diagnose at a rate 15 times higher than traditional Medicare. And the vast majority of these diagnoses are not done by the patient's doctor. Rather, UnitedHealth just
Pay attention. I'm trying. Guys, I'm trying.
On diagnoses in order to extract more money out of this Advantage plan. And when you look at conditions that don't lead to an increased payout, you don't see anything near this level. To highlight,
it's like some of the nicest tea that's seen in the UK, though, boys. That's the last thing I'm saying.
Like how egregious this actually is. More than 66,000 Medicare Advantage patients were diagnosed with diabetic cataracts, even though they'd already gotten surgery for it. And it's interesting to consider the fact that UnitedHealth is 15 times more likely to diagnose patients with this condition, and yet around 1 in 3 paying customers has their claim rejected. A plan was even hatched.
There's too much talk for me, too many smart words. Yeah, for a common folk like me, buddy, this is too many goddamn words, okay? They really should make these videos. Ooh, imagine how crazy AI could be if they could make videos like this, translate them into common folk words, using slang, you know what I mean, shortened phrases, like not proper grammar. Like, come on. To, like, kind of help us out here.
To reform the Medicare Advantage plan to prevent this kind of overbilling. But it was shut down after what was described as strong industry opposition. As usual, it does come down to lobbying, because UnitedHealth Group is a huge political donor.
I gotta take
They donated over $10 million
Guys, enjoy
in
the video.
lobbying in 2023.
I'm going to be listening to the headset, boys, don't worry.
I visited Open Secrets just to have a look at what their donations looks like. And yeah, you can see they literally give money to everyone. It's not too hard to be surprised as to why there has not been much pushback and much mention of such insurers, except by, independent politicians. When we take even just a brief glance at their list of donations, the cost of medical care in the US is like inflated at every step of the process. And UnitedHealth did not become the 8th biggest company in the world by revenue just through providing health insurance. Rather, what they've done as well is they've systematically acquired all sorts of different parts of the healthcare stack. So acquiring groups of doctors, pharmacies, nursing homes, and adding those to the stack. Therefore, they can effectively control how much you're charged at every step of the process. And they can ensure that no matter where you are in your treatment, you're being seen by UnitedHealth Group. There are laws in place that require insurers to take no more than around 15 to 20% of the premium for profits. But by acquiring other parts of the stack, they're able to systematically inflate prices across the board. And people have seen that reflected in higher medical costs. And so it really feels like it's reached a boiling point. There is only so far you can push people before one of them eventually snaps. However, the thing is, United Healthcare isn't necessarily an outlier. It's simply the most egregious example of an infamously quite broken healthcare system where insurers are rewarded for not actually providing care, for doing anything but providing medical care. And the impact from a civilian perspective has been witnessing death, injury, and illness throughout their lives. I think a lot of the reaction hasn't necessarily been sparked by knowledge of the specifics of the scale of the criminal activities that they've engaged in over the years. But it's about something much more visceral, right? About an understanding that their health has been effectively sold off to the highest bidder. And you don't have to necessarily know about specific violations of Medicare Advantage plans to be able to feel that. Nor do you have to know about how they treat doctors as well. But rather, you just have to know about how they treat you, your family, and your peers, which appears to have been almost unanimously negative.
That's so true.
The lowest income people spend close to a third of their income simply servicing the cost of having health insurance, which is extremely unlikely to pay in their moment of deepest need. And while I can't necessarily endorse anything anyone has done, I can say that I am surprised that this hasn't happened sooner. I think many people have a mental.
I know, because I honestly thought it was gonna happen around COVID, dude. Honestly, because that's where people were just inside all the time. They had no jobs. You know what I mean? It would make sense for people during COVID to do this shit.
Block where causing a death in a legal manner is seen as not being as bad as causing a death through.
He did no job. He had nothing
manner.
else to do. Like,
and
why
it's
not?
you know it's not too much of a surprise that it was a matter of
Not around
time
real
before
people
someone
to tell
felt
you if
like
you're
the
right
legal
or not.
system didn't
Around people on the
adequately
internet.
punish people who caused deaths in ways that were seen as being within the law. That one person has come to like represent an idea that's way broader than just them. It represents deep frustration that people have felt
too much
for many
talking.
years. And it's only now being directed towards.
I don't like how he's
people who have
British. Yo, me neither.
perpetuated the system, which has caused them so much pain over the years, and which has affected people across the nation in a way.
This is a really good
that
video.
Most issues.
I feel like this video is good to watch alone, but not live, because I can't really. You actually have to listen. Like I like videos that are just stupid. It wasn't bad.